A spelling bee loser sets out revenge by finding a loophole and attempting to win as an adult. This is Bad Words.
Hi, I'm Chaitanya Chopra. What's her name?
Spin it around.
What was your winning word?
If you don't sit on that seat, I'm going to tell the captain that your bag's ticking.
Whatever issue it is you're here to work out, you're in the wrong place.
Well, you don't know me, and you don't know why I'm here.
What are you doing up on the stage, weirdo?
Your chair called me for help.
It's like, help me. It's so heavy.
Hi, welcome to the Budget Review. As always, I'm your host, Kenny, and I'm joined by Steve. We went to see Bad Words. It's a black comedy directed and starring Jason Bateman. And as you can guess from a name like Bad Words, there's some foul language. So I'm going to start there and then move towards the comedy. It says, how did you feel what the language was?
I felt okay with it. This movie tried to be Bad Santa. I feel like they were trying to go for like a shocking value in the comedy. But I mean, we're in an age now where not a lot of things are really that shocking to us. So his interactions with the kid wasn't like all like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that, because I've seen that plenty of times before. But it was nice to see Jason Bateman do it because I'm a big fan of his work. And when he does comedy, I think he's really underrated. Like, he's really good at it, and I hope to see more of this. And he also, for a directing debut, this is pretty good. I have no problems with it.
When it comes to the language, I think that they could have gone a little bit further with it, but I also don't want them, because I didn't want it to be all about the shock value and the raunchiness, because that's not really what the story is. I don't really like when comedies do that, because you can tell that they're trying to just disgust you. It's like, he actually spoke like a normal person would speak using that language, so it really just drove the plot forward. It didn't like sit someplace and listen to him spew out raunchy words and stuff.
Because if they did that, you would expect they'd be trying too hard, and then it would take you out of the movie, and you wouldn't enjoy it as much. Yeah,
you could see he was a real character. And you discussed Jason Bateman in a comedy. Normally, I associate him with being a straight man, and this he really wasn't the straight man. How did he fit that role?
I liked it, especially of his quirkiness, and he always talked fast with all of his insults, and I was really on board with it. I haven't seen him that much. I mean, I've seen him in Horrible Bosses. I've sort of started Arrested Development. I'm not moving along with that, but everything. Oh yeah, and also in Dodgeball, he's in that movie. But I enjoyed seeing him play a different character. Yeah,
I agree, because I know him almost entirely from Arrested Development. I've watched the entire series like 3 times, and it's just so that I could definitely watch every time, and I love his character in it. And this is different from that. In this, he is like the quick-witted, insulting character. He really uses his bad words, to use in the air of the movie, really well, and he is actually very creative with it, and he works with it. And moving on from that, what do you think of the comedy of it? This was a comedy. Was it funny?
Oh yeah, it was funny. It was. I mean, one of our other friends thought it was probably one of the funniest movies he's ever seen in his life.
Oh, I was sitting next to him. I know.
But I was laughing, and in the comedy for this type of movie, you would hope you would laugh, because if you don't laugh, then it's kind of boring. But besides the comedy, though, the story was actually good. Like I enjoyed it, especially his motivation on why he joined. I was hoping it wasn't going to be some lame-ass one.
And they don't really reveal that until later. They do a good job of hiding that. I wish they would have gone into it a little bit more, because you kind of really go really far in the movie, and then you don't really get a clear explanation as to everything. But it still was a good comedy. There were a lot of funny scenes. It wasn't the funniest movie we've seen. No. It wasn't the best plot we've seen, but it was definitely a good plot, and it's a different plot than we've seen before. It's not something you see every time. And we talked about Jason Bateman a little bit, so what about the rest of the supporting cast? How did they do in this?
I really liked Allison Janney as the like the head mistress, the queen bee of the whole thing, and how she wants him out of it. I also liked Rohan Chan. His interactions with Jason Bateman's character is pretty much spot on what I want to see between a dark comedy with an adult or a child. Like you said, maybe they could have pushed a little bit more, but I felt like maybe for the kids' age, it was well enough.
And if you push it too far, you can tell that they're just trying to be shocking. They're not. It's not how a normal person would talk to a child, even someone who uses a lot of foul language.
I liked the chemistry.
I agree. I definitely liked Allison Janney as like the head of the spelling bee, because you could tell if he doesn't want him in there, but he has no ability other to get rid of him, because that's what the rules say. And when he does, he actually gets punished. That's a little spoiler, but it's not really that big
It's
of a
not,
plot
trust me,
point.
it's not that big for bad words.
And since this was Jason Bateman's directorial debut, how did you think he did during it?
Well, I already touched on that earlier, but I said he did fine. I didn't have a problem. I liked a lot of the shots. It looked very clean. The script was, I thought, really funny and good.
I think that that this was a good debut for someone, especially who was mainly just an actor. You don't really. This is his first job as director, and it's a lower budget movie. It's a little bit different than what he's used to, but it was still good. It was definitely shot really cleanly. It was very well directed. So, as far as a debut goes, I would definitely want to see more from him. So let's wrap up. What are your final thoughts and final ratings?
Well, so far, there isn't a lot of great or good movies from this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're a fan of maybe Bad Santa or Dark Comedy or Jason Bateman, I would definitely recommend Bad Words. Maybe not flock to see the fucking phone. This isn't the type of movie you would flock to see in theaters, but maybe I would definitely recommend seeing it if you have to rent it or buy it on DVD or Blu-ray. I would give it a 3 out of 5.
I'm also going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's definitely not for everyone, and it's not the greatest movie. If you have a choice of this or Lego Movie or Grand Budapest Hotel, go see one of those. It's definitely more enjoyable, but if you're bored on a Saturday or Sunday night and you got nothing else to do, just go spend your money on it. It's not going to be something that you love, and it doesn't really have anything that's very memorable. It's not something we're going to be talking about in 3 years. Unless Jason Bateman has another
director or something like that, then yeah, we probably might.
But you won't be dissatisfied with it. You just probably won't be in love with it.